Staying with the riots, we've got Wednesday's Express next, with the two-tier media finally forced to acknowledge that the mobs of armed Muslim men attacking people in the streets of Britain are also bad, Carey.
Yeah, the Birmingham riots. Oh, this is the LBC reporter who ended up... I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just fed up with this whole thing, really. I'm just going... I'm just going gradually insane now. I'm going to become hysterical in a bit. So, yeah, this is... The BBC, sorry, the LBC reporter who fled from an armed mob, it says it was the same day a mob carrying Palestinian flags beat, and they miswrite the word here, alone. They mean a lone man, but they've written a lone man, which sounds like they're now going after people who are experiencing loneliness, which is really awful. I'll read the briefs of the very quick version of what happened. He said, we were walking along, a large number came out to protect, Muslims came out to protect their neighbourhood, masked flying Palestinian flags, and for some carrying what appeared to be weapons. Told we should regret being in the area, asked to leave immediately. One was carrying a metal pole. We turned around and walked the other way. We started chasing. They were shouting after us, and then for 20 minutes, every way we turned, we faced more and more dodgy looks and cars appearing to be circling around us. At the same time, we now know a crew from Sky News was also forced off air and had their tyres stabbed by another man. Hey, Starmer, I think you might have forgotten to mention this side of things.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Not mention it's all far-right thugs. There's no mention of these mobs of Muslim men who we've clearly seen on social media. I mean, this is why Starmer wants to shut down social media, because it's revealing what he's not. It's contradicting his propaganda. And it's absolutely horrific. I think we've got a clip to play right now.
Community leaders have been speaking to the police as well, because...
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
But I think, apologies for the language you're hearing, but a sense of the anger I think you can hear there.
Yeah, Casey, I think we...
So Ali G wants to free Palestine.
So, a few things that are interesting about that clip. First of all, one of the things that if you turn it up, you can hear F the Jews.
Yeah.
And
did you turn it up?
I did turn it up.
Just to hear F the Jews?
Just to hear them repeatedly. Is that what I'm thinking? Is that what I think I can hear? It does say that. And then...
I'll say it to you if it makes you happy.
You keep on saying that. But Jess Phillips put that very clip up and sort of tried to defend them and go, look, they were told, blaming the misinformation. It was like, can you not just call out this terrible imagery here? Sky then put out a tweet later about how their tyres be slashed. They deleted the tweet. Yeah. So again, this is self-censorship.
On their website, it was phrased as if they said, oh, when we were at a far-right protest, our tyres were slashed. As if it was obviously, you know, some white thugs wrapped in it.
Well, put it into the passive rather than the active, yeah.
Again, this is what I think really just frustrates people. Not to make the point that violence is ever acceptable. This is just frustrating people. People are not stupid. People can see what's going on here. They can see the two-tierness of how this information is delivered to us or not delivered to us. That's the frustration thing. Be honest about the bad agents across the spectrum, even if it might cost you some votes, Jess Phillips, because you nearly lost by 1,000 in your district and whatever. You know, you've got to call the truth out.
For her to excuse it and say, oh, but it's acceptable. She's almost saying they were rioting. It's excusable to riot when there's been some false information spread. What about the reason other people are rioting? Because the girls have been killed.
Some of it is so passive. It's almost like, and then tyres exploded themselves by someone's hand. But it's also that I do understand Muslim people coming out right now and defending their areas. It's a case of we're getting beyond that now, and there's areas where it's coming out with machetes and.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, can we just mention that same night?
I fully understand people protecting their neighbourhoods.
Except for the man who got beaten up outside the pub. He's got a lacerated liver, and the other thing this guy, the LBC guy, talks about. At least he mentions this: the lack of police presence. Yeah. Where are the police in these instances? Why is it the clips in Leeds of people running away? I know that was but the point is, anybody rioting, it seems to only be that the police rock up when it's white thugs doing it.
A cynic would say that these are the street militia for these politicians. Anyway, we've got the Express again, and Labour have been accused of prioritising illegal migrants ahead of British people in the social housing queue. Well, they are going to favour the people who vote for them, Josh.
Well, I don't know if they can even vote for them because they are not British citizens yet. Anyway, but fine. Reform and Tories have taken aim at Labour over its plans to move asylum seekers across the country. So Labour is accused of putting illegal migrants ahead of Britons. At the moment, obviously, there's been a lot of attention about housing and like the things like the bibby, the boat, and the barge, and different RAF bases and various things. Now they're talking about Labour's plans of sort of. I have to be careful about the analogy I use. So say it's like my daughter's bedroom. There's lots of like bears. Do you put all the stuffed toys in one corner and you go like, damn, that's a lot of stuffed toys, or do you sort of hide them around the room? So this is it seems like this is Labour's policy, is just to sort of place them a few people here or there. Of course, the problem with that is that it's going to, our critics say, it'll push up rent in those areas already. And the other thing is, then the other risk is, of course, prioritising those people from people who aren't able to get accommodation themselves, people who are British.
Yeah. Oh, and also it's going to cause more social strife because people are already upset that, the hotel next to them gets filled with, unvetted men from, sometimes pretty barbarous cultures, and they've come from violent countries, so they don't necessarily, they're not always bringing But
this is to get them out of the hotels. This is to get them into
out of the RAF bases, the military sites,
and the hotels as well, though.
I think it's into the hotels and other housing and Operation Scatter. I think we're heading to the point with our prisons and our country in general, where we're going to have a one in, one out system, the same as with nightclubs. Someone's left,
migration.
You can go. British famous politeness is getting strained now with the "no, you really."
Well, talking of politeness,
and I don't think we're going to accept when our rents are going up and when hotels get hard to book.
And why don't we house these people with the people who've asked for them to be here? So house them with the middle classes, all the chattering classes in Hampstead and Islington. These are the people who want them, but they don't get to enjoy the full enrichment of the experience because they're usually dumped on working class communities, who then we're seeing there's some sort of backlash, some sort of social upheaval. If we, and it's a crisis, the government can pass laws saying, these middle class people who've got very large houses like Gary Lineker, Lily Allen, all the rest of it, they can commandeer spare rooms in their houses and house the migrants, and people can live with the consequences of their opinions. And Lily Allen will love having 12 Somalian men.
You saw that there was a very funny set of interviews in Norway where it was exactly that, and it was going out into the street in Norway, very liberal country, and they were saying, okay, would you take someone into they were like, yes, what do you think of immigration? Good. And then the guy just brings over and says, well, look, here we have immigrant here, would you take him home? We need somewhere space. And they were like, oh no, this week is really bad, I've got a thing. And it's of course, until people are dealing with the ramifications themselves in terms of higher rent and cultural clashes and whatnot, yes, of course, it's an easy thing to feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Put them with the people who want them. That's what I suggest.